Right, we are now live. Just a minute.
Okay, yeah. Let the folks join. Otherwise, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
How's
Good.
the journey? The journey I do understand from Dallas to Kigali was a little bit not the way you expected.
Yeah, the one thing about travel is you can't, especially travel in this day and age, in this COVID age, right?
Hmm,
It has its ups and it has its downs. It's unpredictable. Um,
hmm,
and so with that being said, we ended up having a delayed flight that got canceled, which then made us miss our leg from Amsterdam to Kigali. But then there aren't daily flights from Amsterdam to Kigali, so that meant two extra nights in Atlanta, which is a lot of lost time. But
hmm.
they always say that redirection, rejection, whatever have you, are God's way of protection. So we're here now. We're here now.
And I also understand that you're still in quarantine for a few days.
Yes, well, I'm in quarantine until tomorrow. Um,
Hmm.
the NBA is exercising a or the BAL, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
is exercising a really strict, COVID protocol.
Hmm.
And so if you are unvaccinated like me, um, you have to produce four consecutive negative test results. So I have one more. So I should be free tomorrow.
One more day to go. That's right.
One more to
Yeah, a few
go.
people have already joined in. I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, many thanks for the people who've already joined in. A very good evening from wherever you are watching us from. This was 360, of course, and tonight we'll be talking basketball. And I'm humbled to have with us here today Poizon Ivy, the DJ from NBA outfit Dallas Mavericks. Ivy, thank you so much for making time to be with us here today.
Martin, my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Mhm. Also, guys, will be this is just a touch and go interview. I do understand we are a little bit pressed for time, but let me also tell you that today's show is heavily sponsored by Kenya Morant's player Ariel Okal. Ivy, you know Ariel, right? Yeah.
Yes, my
Ariel,
God. That is my
Ariel has
guy.
come
That
on
is my
board.
guy.
He'll be
Oh man.
he'll be giving us basketball T-shirts to 5 of our lucky viewers. Any person on board, and we'll be giving out those T-shirts at the end of, or maybe at the end of the show, we'll just be picking random people. So people should keep sending in their questions, their observations, their reactions, everything, and you'll stand a chance to walk away with the branded basketball T-shirts, courtesy of Ariel Okal.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, let's just get right into it. I know you still haven't maybe gotten the opportunity to go around the Gali Arena, but maybe will you just maybe paint a picture for us of how the atmosphere is looking over there ahead of the tip off on Sunday?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've literally been in a hotel room since I got here. But I have gotten a chance to. I'm staying at the hotel right next to the convention center. Haven't been to the arena yet. My first time in the arena will be tomorrow morning, actually. But it's lively. I mean, you can feel it. The energy is palpable. It's a bubble campus, so everyone is just all together. But I mean, Martin, it's really surreal. I mean, you're walking around and you're seeing the BAL logo, and you're seeing branded everything, and you're seeing the uniforms, and the teams have already begun, taking the court for practice and scrimmages. And shout out to the BAL content team that is doing an incredible job of just not only updating but also educating. So if you're not following them on socials, please make sure you do so. And that's at THEBAL. Um, I mean, it's incredible. I keep opening my eyes and looking around, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. You know what I mean? It's incredible. And I think actually my prediction is that after the league launches, right, you're gonna see an insurgence of interest in it. I think a lot of people are still kind of like, I can't believe, I can't tell you how many people are like, is this still a thing? Like, it's for real? Like, it's really happening? So once there's a slight proof of concept, or once Sunday hits and, the River Hoopers and Patriots take that court and there's one game down, I think you're going to see a lot of eyes around the continent, just shifting to Kigali Arena.
Mhm. Yeah, so you've said something about this is really happening. And there's this one interview of yours I was watching. I think it was in 2018, the one you did with Capital FM, and you are
Yes.
saying that the Basketball Africa League will be coming, will be having the inaugural edition in Rwanda, and you are hoping to be one of the people who will be working at the edition. And here we are, 2 3 years later, you are working at it. How's the
Oh,
feeling?
man.
And also considering that the legendary J. Cole will be around with the Rwanda Patriots.
It's crazy. I mean, well, first of all, this has been something that has been a dream of mine since I started with the Mavericks. And, just to give you all some backstory, Amadou Galifal, the current president of the Basketball Africa League, former EVP of NBA Africa, got his start with the Dallas Mavericks. He was the director of international scouting for 10 years with the team. So when I was a ball girl, I remember looking on the sideline, and I think the reason why I'm so for representation is because it truly matters. As a child, as an immigrant child who had just moved to America, subconsciously I may not have known it, but we're always looking to see and identify with people who look, talk, act, are from where we are, like us, and what have you. So I recall looking on the sidelines and seeing this tall, dark skinned man, and I was like, "Yep, he's African." Little did I know that that was Amadou Galifal, who I am now happy to call a big brother and a mentor, and really just a leader and a pioneer and the godfather of basketball in Africa. And when I went to go visit him in 2017, when I DJ'd the NBA Africa game in South Africa, I remember sitting with him in his office, and just talking about my hopes and dreams and aspirations. And I mean, Amadou, for anybody who knows Amadou, man, let me just take a second to tell you that this man is incredible. For as in demand as he is, the amount of time that he avails for everyone, I mean, me, you know,
Mhm.
and how attentive he is. Um, it's just a skill. I've never seen it. It's actually kind of like a superpower. And in this particular meeting, I remember talking to him about a league that, I could play African music and all this other stuff, and really just like foreshadowing. And then fast forward to 2018 at All Star, and he sends me a text, and he's like, "My sister, you have to make sure you come to the NBA Africa luncheon. Like, there's something for you. I have something for you. There's something there you really might be interested in." Lo and behold, I was a little late because I was DJing the All Star Friday in Charlotte, so I didn't make it. But I made it just in time for somebody to be like, "Oh yeah, Michael Jordan was just here," and I was like, "Great," But it was the announcement of the BAL, and yeah, that was in 2018, and of course, I actually am here on behalf of a production company called 3 Point Productions that produces for the NBA, and shout out to them too, because they literally were like, "There's nobody else for this job but you." So even through all the postponements, I mean, we were supposed to be here in 2019, I think was original. Then 2020, obviously COVID, and so this is like the third time. The day, I think in last year, I believe, I don't know. At this point, all the years are running to each other. But
Yeah.
we were like 4 days from coming here. Like, we were going to do the 6 countries and caravan around the continent, and we were literally packed. And then they were like, "Yep, nope, there's no league." So it's been a long, long, long time coming. And yes, it's crazy that people are now sending me all these links of interviews where I talked about or alluded to, and here we are. So manifestation is real.
That's what dreams are made of, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you decided what song you'll be playing on the opening day on a Sunday?
Oh my gosh, y'all. So I don't know what I got myself into. And shout out to the Turi Patriots. Like, shout out to the club, man. They've showed me so much love. So what's so funny, yeah? When I got to my
Mhm.
hotel room last night, and I'll show you. Well, yeah. So like, I got to my hotel room last night, and I'm
Mhm.
literally unpacking my bags, And Bush calls me and he's like, "Yo, are you here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." He goes, "Look outside." And I'm just like, "Whoa." And I open my balcony, and lo and behold, it is Tom Bush Womakota standing right outside. And I'm like, "What the heck?" Like, I mean, I was like, our connection is clearly way too real. It was a great welcome to see my brother. But all that to say, his club has been very welcoming, and they they shared my tweet, and let me just tell you, yeah. So I have a lot of options. Let's just say I have a lot of options. But I mean, I'm learning so much about Rwandi's people and culture and music, and I think I was very intentional about making sure that this opportunity benefits the entertainment infrastructure as well, right? And like I've mentioned before, a rising tide floats all boats. So if sports are floating, so should fashion, so should music. I just had a designer actually. His name is Wilson, and he's one of the tailors for the BAL, and he just delivered some jerseys for me that I'll be wearing. So Twitter did get me connected to local artists. So I can't say what song just yet. I can tell you this. I think the expectation is that it might be Cole. But I don't know. I guess y'all got to tune in to find out, So, and I want to shout out this, and look,
Let's
like,
wait
so
for
much
Sunday and find out
hospitality.
which song you'll have settled on, yeah?
Yeah. Y'all got to find out. But, like, look at this. This is just all the love that this country has been showing me.
All
Like,
right.
this is my official Rwanda gear, and shout out to House of
Wow.
Tayo. Poizon Ivy on the back, So, man, I love nothing excites me about these kinds of things more than being one with the locals. So I can tell you very much that this soundtrack will be very, very local. It'll be Rondi's local, and it'll be African local for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's an awesome jazz. It looks nice, really nice. The one you just showed us.
Thank you.
Let me bring you to. You've mentioned Bush from Gota. We've mentioned
Oh, we just had a
Aerial
power outage.
Local.
Hold on, sorry.
So
If it's a
far,
little dark, yeah, we just had a power outage. I presume that it will come back soon. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
should we just carry on with the voice?
Yeah, we can carry on with the voice. And I have a little light over here, so I'll come sneak in. I'll come sneak in,
Oh,
sit
okay.
right here.
No,
But
I
yes,
so
we're
that
listen.
works
We're
too.
we're
I was
not
talking
forgetting.
about
We're not.
yeah,
Go
we're
ahead.
good to go. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about you mentioned Bush from Kota when we were starting. You mentioned something about area local, and I'll
Yes.
just talk about Kenya Morans. When somebody followed you on social media, you are so vocal. You are heavily supporting the team in their run-up for qualifying for the FIBA for Basket Championships for the first time in 28 years. What did that mean to you when you just saw that the Kenya Morans had booked their ticket to participate in Africa as one of
It
Africa's top
means
basketball
it means that we are in this thing, baby. It means that it's time for the country to step up, man. You know what I mean?
players.
And it means that, let me tell you something. I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 on the 28th, right? Um 28 years is a very, very, very long time, you know? Um what these guys are doing and what they've done, it shouldn't be taken lightly, you know? This is an opportunity for our country's talent to be seen, to be respected, to be recognized, to be reckoned with. Um, it's an opportunity for us to increase our nationalism, which is a huge part of what sports brings. Sports is a unifier. It's also a time for us to reckon, right, with why it took 28 years. It's a time for us to decide where we're going to take this trajectory, like how we're going to help sport grow, specifically basketball because of the Morans, but not only basketball. I mean, Kenya is home to some of the world's premier people, should I say, and then also premier athletes, you know? Um, and so I think that so much good can come of this, you know? The sports infrastructure, in my opinion, could use an overhaul, you know? I'm very honored and proud to sit on the national team's management board, which I think is a humble and a great attempt to separate, and I'll just be honest, politics from just actual governance, right? When governance sometimes is smeared in with politics, you know, the actual best interest of what a governing body should do is lost. And so I think it's important for us to have an honest conversation about how to progress sport in Kenya, right? And if basketball is the focus for right now, let it, right? But there's a lacrosse team, you know, an under 18 lacrosse team that's vying to go to qualifiers, Olympic qualifiers, right? There's an ice hockey team, you know, the Kenya Ice Lions, you know, um, who are who have gained international recognition, right? There are volleyball teams. You know, very recently I saw something circulating on social media about a young lady who was a tennis player, you know, aspiring to just get enough funding to, you know, to qualify for, I forget what it is, but my point is this. Um, it's about time, right? It's about time that we have an honest conversation about how we're going to progress sport in Kenya. And I want us to really think about, look at our neighbors, you know, look at where I am now, look at Rwanda. Something as simple as having two buildings, a convention center and an arena. That's enough to attract sport, you know. Look at why we were not able to qualify to play in the BAL. Let's be honest about how we missed that opportunity, right? Look at Senegal, you know, an arena. It's just a building, bricks, and chairs. It's not that hard, you know? Um, and let's understand that once we do the most nominal, minimal things, you know, uh, there are a lot of things that are in our favor. You know, Masai Ujiri is half Kenyan, you know? Um, Former President Barack Obama has Kenyan ties, and we know very much his enthusiasm for sport, basketball specifically. And I can go, I mean, my great friend, you know, Divock Origi, like, I mean, I'm not going to go on and on and on and on about people who have ties home, but we've got to have
The list
a
is
reason.
endless, yeah?
Yeah, the list is endless. We've got to have a reason and help, you know, in coming back to share and, you know, invest our knowledge, our resources, our expertise, our network, all of that. So this is my plea, you know, to the leadership in the country, you know, specifically the Ministry of, I think it's Sports, Culture, Heritage, what have you, and ultimately the president, you know, that it's time for us to start seeing sport as a way for us to, you know, like fortify our economy. It's a huge economic boost. You know, think about how much this country is going to benefit from the BAL hosted here, right? Anyway, I can go on and on and on and on, but all I'm saying is that the Morans are a great place to start. The world is watching. So congratulations to, you know, the guys, Tyler, Preston, Bush, Ariel. I mean, everyone. It's, you know, you're seeing people like Preston come home for the first time, you know, and put on that jersey. And, you know, I've talked with him and it's a very, very emotional thing. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm hoping that all the party, and again, thank you to all the corporate sponsors who've stepped up. You know, there's been a lot of support from the private sector, the friends of the Morans, But it's time for us to start lobbying support from where the real support should come from, i.e., the ministry and the federation. And yeah.
Let me get some feedback from Facebook. Grace Mulu saying that regards to Ivy, I love her for shattering the ceilings in sports and entertainment. Keep being great. And then there's Moss Junior saying flying our flag high. It feels nice to hear Kenyan music in the NBA and gives us motivation to wake up at 3:45 to watch these games. And from whatever Mosa said, Mosa comment, that's why I want to base my next question on. I want to take you back to your main workstation in Dallas. You're working with one of the top entities we have in the world, Dallas Mavericks, having to meet big players like Luka Doncic every other day. Will you just paint a picture for us, how a typical day at work looks like for you over there in Dallas?
Yeah, it's crazy because right now, my coworker is actually prepping for a game and has stepped in for me, and it's really weird not being there. But post COVID world changed a lot. Access to the arena is very limited, and again, the NBA has enacted a really really great protocol that's kept the guys safe. You know what I mean, and kept everyone in the arena safe. So access to the guys is limited now. It wasn't before, but it's limited now. But a basic workday for me, I wake up. So I actually have two jobs with the Mavericks. I have an in arena job, but I also work as their senior manager of corporate social responsibility. So I work during the day. And then I usually arrive at the arena typically 2 hours before. And I'm responsible for like all the audio that you hear from the time you walk in the building to the time you leave. So that 2 hour period up until when the team runs on for their layup lines, I'm just playing vibes, music. I know the order the guys shoot around in. And I typically know their preferences and, what they're listening to or what have you. So I try to cater each player's warm up music to them. Which I think is, something that creates that unique relationship. And music gets guys in the zone. So I do my due diligence and try to make sure I know what they want to hear. And then right around 30 left on the clock, the guys typically, that's when the show starts. So we go through all our pregame announcements, what have you. Right around 20 on the clock is when the guys run on. And I have like a team liaison. So my team liaison is Tim Hardaway Jr., who basically, he's the one who likes to have the pulse set, so he'll typically, let me know what the team wants to run onto, what have you. So today, for example, I could tell you it is definitely 95 South by J. Cole. But yeah, so other than that, I get them through
I think I
warm-ups
lost you
and
there
then,
for a moment.
okay. Yeah, and I was going to say, I can tell you
Uh-huh.
today that can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
We're
you.
back now? Okay, perfect. Now I was saying my team liaison is THJ. So he typically is the one who helps me, understand where the team is at pulse wise and what they want to, listen to and run on to and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, I program these games like at home, right? So I have a game script that I follow. I edit a lot, getting clean music and, how I decide what gets played is just basically it depends heavily on the day, right? Sometimes I look outside. Now it's a rainy day. It's a gloomy day. I need more up tempo music, or I'll match the mood. Or it's a Sunday, it's a Monday, it's Tuesday, it's a day of the week, or it's a national holiday, or it's an international holiday, or you know somebody's album just dropped. But yeah, so I go through the game. A lot. Sometimes I believe in Southern hospitality. Sometimes I do cater to the away team, especially if the away team has African players. I remember not so long ago, we were playing, I think, the Hornets, and Sir Bismack was on the floor, and I forget what I played. Anyway, I played a Congolese record, and he was like, it's always great to see their reactions and what have you. But that's how I built a lot of my relationships around the league with different guys. Like the Tentacumbros have a brother who's a musician. So when we played them, like, I just snuck in that record, and they heard it, But I think it's really important for us to do that, man. Like, I take a lot of pride in that. And when I first did it, like, it wasn't like I was trying to. I was just playing what I like. You know what I mean? I was just playing what I listened to. And I have to shout out my friend Malik Berry, who was the first artist to visit me at a Mavs game. You know, and I had the opportunity to really just play his records just to show him love. But when he posted it on his socials, all hell broke loose. Because that became the expectation almost. Um, but since then, I mean, I've had so many people come by. Our very own Rabbit, King Kaka, was actually at the game that one time. So I mean, I love it. My friend Afro B, I single handedly broke Joanna, I think, in the US, like at the arena. Um, and now we have the BAL, so I can do it all game long.
From everything that you're mentioning, Ivy, definitely it's a packed schedule. And if again I look back at your social media platforms, motherhood is one of the things that you really hold dear to your heart. What happens now that you're away from your daughter at the moment? How do you, and even when you're back in the States, how do you balance your life and your work?
Ah, my baby. I miss her so much. Gosh, I miss her so much. Well, um, first and foremost, I have to keep myself reminded that she is my why, right? And she is the reason I'm here. And I do this for not only myself, but I do it for her. I do it for her, A, because I have to earn a living because kids are expensive. But um two, I want to be an example for her. I want her to know that I want her to have a great work ethic, right? I want her to pursue her wildest dreams, right? Um, so I'm just really, really grateful for my supportive village. I really am. Um, I'm grateful for uh, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my younger brother, my friends, um, fellow parents. Like it really, truly, truly takes a village. Um, and again, I'm just extremely grateful. I couldn't do it without my mom, really. Um, so shout out to moms, because literally, I call her and I'm like, hey, I gotta go. And she knows what that means. But also, I mean, I parent from a distance. Don't get me wrong. I'm up at 4 or 5 in the morning because it's a 7 hour time difference. I'm up praying. I'm up reading, bedtime stories. I'm up hearing about what happened at school that day. It's not sweet. It's not sweet. Time zones don't, it doesn't matter, and I tell everybody all the time, I think everyone who knows me, that my number one job will always be being Kiani's mom, you know. And so nothing comes before that. So I just make sure that I prioritize my schedule accordingly. And then when I'm at home, it's a little easier. She's been coming to work with me since she was little, you know. I thank God for supportive employers like the Mavericks, who very much welcome, working moms, working parents, really, and make it really easy for us to be able to incorporate our personal life into our work balance. And so, and most importantly, I'll do it for all the other young mothers out there who sometimes may get discouraged, because being a mother is it's no light feat, right? But I want you to know that just because you have a baby doesn't mean it's your death sentence for your dreams. It just means that the path to those dreams might look a little different because you have an extra, passenger, so to speak, on that journey with you. But it doesn't mean the journey ends. And so for me, I'm very transparent about it, because I don't think that, I think I want people to see it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to talk about it, but I want people to see it. And I want people to see me and to see themselves and say, if she can do it at that level, so can I, at a level equally, as high or higher. So,
Wow, great, great stuff. I see someone's asking here how good is Ivy's Swahili? Prove them wrong, all right? How good is your Swahili?
Sasa nyinyi, gosh. You know, when I landed in Rwanda, I was so happy. I was like, eh, nimerudi East Africa. Wacha nifanye nini? How do you say, wacha nifanye tizi? Ni tizi, sindio? How do you say
Mm-hmm.
practice? Tizi, okay.
Easy.
So, my Swahili yangu iko.
Mm-hmm.
Lakini,
Uh-huh.
like, every time I come home, it's like, I can't keep up with the Shang. Like, who is it? And I know I was listening to, like, Mbogi Genje or something like that. And I was like, kwa nini lugha gani? And like, oh, wanaongea Sheng, sijui ni Sheng ya mtaa, nini. And I was like, yeah, you can count me out of that. Like, you can count me out of that for sure. But Sam, okay, let me say it like this. I wish you couldn't sing Ganya. So I'll know
Mm-hmm.
everything. I'll know
You
everything.
listen to everything. Mm-hmm.
I hear it. I understand it when I speak it. My Luo is perfect. I'm half Lua, half Luya, but I don't speak Luya, and I'm still trying to find somebody who can teach me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's there. It definitely is there. It could be better, but it's there.
Should we finish the rest of the interview in Swahili maybe?
Tujaribu basi.
Tujaribu.
Eh.
Moss Junior anasema, but
Eh.
Moss is saying the comment is in English. Let me read it in English and then we'll go back to Swahili.
Okay.
He's saying that tell Ivy to tell Donchi to tell us to take us slow, especially Warriors, until Clay is back. They are killing us, especially in the last 2 seasons. This is a Golden State Warriors fan.
Siwezi. Nitambia Luka to run it up, you know. But shout out to the Warriors. Shout out to the Warriors, though. I mean, you know, Steph is an amazing player. You know what I mean? I think right now, to know not a crazy level of basketball, and I'm not like I'm already from an injury, a surgery, and we have to remember that Steph is not young anymore. You know, and actually, I really appreciate that team sababu sijui kana jua Juan Toscano Anderson. Like I went to college with Juan. Juan was like a freshman or something when I was a junior or so. And you know, my college experience is also crazy because like my college classmates include like Jimmy Butler and Jay Crowder and Juan and a couple other guys that have been in and out of the league. So shout out to Marquette for producing a really great class. But no, sitambia Dr. Chivio, nitamwambia wakanyage tena sana.
Aendelee kukanyaga hivyo hivyo.
Eh.
All right, and then Steve Ngale is saying that great interview with Ivy. We're only requesting for more Kenyan music in the NBA. That's Steve Ngala, more Mbogi Genje, more of a calligraph, more
Goja. No, we should be requesting more Kenyan players in the NBA. That's what I'm working on right now.
Kenyan players in the NBA.
The music is great, but I really hope that at some point soon, starting out the first Kenyan player in the NBA. That's my goal. Yeah. Or the WNBA. Hold on, pause. Or the WNBA. I mean, there's been okay. So first of all, let's not. There has been right, a Kenyan player drafted by a WNBA team. But I mean, I think the name Felmas Karanga should be very, 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 very right there on our. And that's another thing. Let's talk about
Ariel sister.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I have a lot of hope, you know, that she will be a force to be reckoned with in the WNBA very soon. Another thing that I'm really vocal about is, you know, let's go hard for women's sports as much as we do for men's sports, especially in the country, you know. So yeah, starting that there'll be a Kenyan player here really soon. I mean, I Olivia Nelson daughter, she came, you know, from UConn. Her brothers. I have one of my younger brothers, my mentees. His name is KJ Odor. Stay tuned on that. There might be some news coming soon. He's currently in a prep school in Ohio, about to graduate and about to make an announcement. So let's just say Ivy might be trying her hand at the agency side of things. Because I really am so serious. Like I am going to be alive to witness the first Kenyan player play in the NBA. So we can play music all day long. No sijali, muziki takam. Chacheza, but
Talking of goals, Ivy, you're the first female ever to DJ in an NBA All Star game, the second female to DJ in the NBA League stream. If you were to have such an interview again, maybe in 4 or 5 years, what's the next step? What's the next place that you want to be kwa maisha yako?
mm, mm, man,
Or one
that's
day
an
at a time?
yeah. Well, it's an interesting question because my interest at this point, I'm going through experiences and stuff right now in my life that are shaping those goals differently than I thought that they were before. I wouldn't be mad at I wouldn't be mad at a very senior leadership position. Don't get me wrong. I love being talent. And it's a gift that God has given me, but I think that it was a gift that God gave me to get me to a certain point. And I feel like that point is getting here. Me, I've thrown around a lot of things like, I'd love to be commissioner of a league. I don't know if it's going to be the NBA. I don't know if it's going to be the BAL. I don't know. I would love to be a minister, specifically of, the sports, sports minister, maybe in Kenya. You know what I mean? I'm really loving the business side of sports right now. Um, Maybe I'll be an agent. I don't know. All I know is whatever it is, I hope that I'll be using my time, my talent, and my treasure to advance the growth of sport in East Africa and specifically Kenya. So
So we keep going.
yes.
Definitely. As we come towards the end, I have two quick fire questions for you. What's your favorite food? Please give me a Kenyan dish. What's your favorite food?
Oh my goodness. You know what's crazy? I've been eating like crazy since I got here, y'all. And I haven't like the worst thing about being, I have a jump rope here. I should probably do a few jump ropes and then I have my band and I have some like slides I should probably work out. But y'all, I have
You've
been
only been
eating.
there for 2 days. Come on.
Oh no. Really it's more like that's the problem. That's the problem because they're feeding athletes around here. So they're feeding everyone like they're athletes. So this food is like, whoa. Food and every time I come home, y'all, like I gain weight because the food is just different. Like when I moved to the US, I stopped eating fish because it didn't taste the same. A lot of my dietary preferences changed. So when I come home, um, I'm a big fan of dango and chapati. Huge fan of dango and chapati. Uh, and then when I'm at home, you can catch me at Mama Liech because I love my fish. I recently, I don't know what ingiliad me, but I've been eating kachumbari with everything. Because I just think it's so good. But yeah, man, I wasn't gonna hit you with the burgers and fries or the pizza or anything like that. But and uji. Uh-oh. Martin, did I lose you? I'm gonna wait for you to see if you will join back. Or do I have to leave and then join again? I should probably pull up my Facebook and see if you guys are watching. Shout out to Sports 360 and Martin Moses. This is an incredible platform. Support your journalists. Support your journalists. Support your journalists. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to be here and speak with you all. I'm gonna log off and log back on just to see if oh nope. See, he's back. He is back. Connecting. Ah, there we go. I knew to wait for you. I hosted your show for 2 minutes while you were gone.
Sorry about that. Here I am.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Did you hear my favorite food answer?
The problem with virtual interview.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't
We
worry.
want you exercise. We want you
Oh,
exercising your favorite food.
okay. So yes. So I said I'm a fan of dango and chapati.
Mhm.
I can never have enough. Like I think it's so good. And if I'm in Kenya, you can find me at the nearest Mama Liet. Um, because I love fish. And actually, a really crazy story. The last time I was in Kenya,
Mhm.
uh, my so
Yeah.
my grandmother's sister, so my Dani, my other one, used to buy fish from Mama Liet. I guess my whole lifetime. I didn't know that. And we always go pick up fish. I think it's in like past Lavington, or I don't know if it was Dagoretti. I don't want to say the wrong place, but nonetheless. So we've been buying fish for her forever. So when I asked my grandmother about fish, she was like, "Oh, we can just go get to my mom." And she goes, "Do you remember when you were little and I always used to take you to go get fish with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "That was my mom." I was like, "Whoa!" So I was super super geeked. Obviously, now having learned about Dennis and like just everything, and I was like, "I'd love to go meet her." Um, and so we went to the restaurant, but that was also right around the time that Uncle Obama had had come back to the country for the opening of Sauti Kuu. So she was unfortunately not there as her staff was catering to that event, but ultimately is also the day she passed away, which really really broke my heart. But I'm hoping that
Sorry
that
about that.
business, yeah, and her legacy, can and that's a legacy of hard work. I mean, think about it. Like, using that means to support your children, and look where your kids got. So love it. But you can also find me at, what's that place, the burger place? It's like something rocks. It's in Westlands. Um God, I'm forgetting. There's a spot out there that
Something
I
rocks.
like. Man, it's like I forget what it's called. It's like something, it's in, anyway, it's like a little burger chain um in Nairobi.
Mhm.
Um but I'm also a
I'll do my
big,
research
don't
on
judge
that and look it up.
right. But y'all don't judge me. I definitely do
No, no
eat kenchik.
judging.
Okay. I eat kenchik and I think kenchik is great.
Mhm.
Y'all can judge me if you want to.
Mhm.
That's the Luya in me. Okay. I'll go find some chicken. Uh and very recently I have this thing for kachumbari. Like, I don't know what changed or whatever. So I'm always trying to find kachumbari to eat with everything. And then last but not least, I heard that I really wish Farmer's Choice never changed their formula. But hey, nonetheless. So that and mala. I keep on going, but I'm gonna stop right there. I'm
Wow.
gonna stop. Yeah,
That's quite a list you have there.
that's how I need to work out, Martin. That's how I need to work out. Okay.
I'm, yeah, I now see why you really need to work out. If that's what you've been eating ever since you landed in Kigali, Rwanda, you really need to work out.
No, that's not what I've been eating. That's what I wish I was eating. But
What's that one
Kigali
thing you'll
does.
never leave home?
Oh, no, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The second question that I had on the quick fire, what's that one thing you'll never leave home without? Like at any point when I stop in the street, anywhere, you just have to have it with you.
Headphones.
Mhm.
Headphones. I have headphones galore. Like, it's almost like I collect headphones for a living. Um, Headphones, cause
Mhm.
uh, yeah. I mean, I'm always listening to something. Um, or my phone, but that's a given, right? But headphones. If I don't have headphones, I feel naked. I feel super naked. So headphones.
Right. I think I'm done with the questions I had. Thank you really so much for making time for us. Another day when our schedules allow, circumstances allow, you're always welcome back. We just have a talk, basketball, music. You tell us about
Absolutely.
how you the kind of dance moves you're teaching. Look over there, right?
Luca's been teaching us dance moves. I mean, I don't know if y'all have seen it, but like I've been playing a lot of Eastern European music for him and Boba, and they've been really putting me on like the Colo, I think is what it was called. But it's a cultural exchange. That's one thing I love about our team right now, is that it's a huge cultural exchange. So maybe we might have to teach him some. some Kenyan moves at some point.
Awesome, awesome. Anything you want to tell anyone who's watching, not necessarily an upcoming DJ, but people struggling in all their disciplines, trying to make it over there. What's that one thing you really want to tell them tonight?
Yeah. If you can dream it, right? Dream it, see it, eat it, write it, smell it, poop it, whatever. Like whatever it is that you want, you have to immerse yourself in it relentlessly. You can achieve it. No matter your circumstance, no matter your disposition. In this world, we've seen too many examples of people who've come from nothing, literally nothing, um, and made it to something, right? And the reason why I really love sports so much is because specifically in that field, right? You're looking at like I think he's the goalie from Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, or the Chelsea player Conte. You know, I mean, and us as
Golo Kante.
Africans, yeah, yeah, us as Africans know what it's like to get it from the mud, so, so to speak. So jikaze, ilembaya, like tight, super tight, and most importantly, believe in the universe's ability to make things work, you know. So even where it seems like there's no way, even if there's a brick wall, see a door, you know. If not a door, see a window. If not a window, see a corner, a hole somewhere. You know what I mean? And then squeeze your way through it. Um, and then the other important thing too is like we have to really, really support one another, right? We're all we got. We have to be authentic, strive to remain authentic. I think it seems cool to adapt to the Western world and what have you, but if the whole world becomes the Western world, then, you know, what fun is that? That is very uniform, right? So authenticity, hard work ethic, and then always remembering, to reach back, each one teach one. You don't have to have a lot to give. You don't have to wait till you have $1 million to give. Sometimes it's just giving time. Sometimes it's just giving an ear. Sometimes it's just giving the little that you have. Because if the good Lord can see that He can trust you with very little, He for damn sure can trust you with a whole lot. You know. And then last but not least, man, support your local sports journalists, man. Like support your local sports journalists. Journalism is so integral to the sports infrastructure. Um, they're the storytellers, they're the history note takers, makers, they're the note takers, they craft the narratives that shape the athletes, Um, so Martin, thank you for your work. Thank you for your dedication to covering local sport, you know. And I really, really wish the best your way. And really much success and a lot of love to you and what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's about that tonight. You have fun over there in Kigali. Rwanda will be following it over here in on our screens, and of course
Nice.
to our viewers, keep it here. I'll be giving you timely updates. I'll make sure I'll be posting everything that's happening over there in the inaugural edition of the Basketball Africa League.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Awesome.
everyone, once again.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Okay,
Bye.
have a good night.